Hey, it's the Soul Fantasy Show live for the day after Thanksgiving, going into a very crazy weekend slate. So we'll go right there and just check this out. These guys are. We'll look at these percentages real quick. Take a look at it. It's the Soul Fantasy Show live. If you already haven't, please subscribe to this channel. Beasley. All right. Gabriel Davis. Gauman. Jones is probably not going to play, I don't think. Henry is a fade, supposedly, but he's only 7-9, as opposed to playing. Like Hill's draft stock is out too. Balaj might be out. Schultz is down. He had a horrible game. He's very disappointing. Dalton's depth went down. Okay, Dalton down. Yep, there we go. But I love that Cowboys game because I want to show you something. Soul Show. Recent. So these MME contests are something you can play right here. Washington versus Dallas right on Thanksgiving. I had a great Thanksgiving. Third place on the Soul Show. Yes, I came in third place. You can play a million lineups. It didn't actually. So here was my lineup. Gibson, he had 3 damn touchdowns, and he had over 100 rushing yards too. On top of that, he had a long run at the end of the game that put me in third place. Of course, I told you guys to play McLaurin, Cooper, Thomas, play Washington. I said that defense was very important here. We take defense seriously. I do. You don't have to. I do because I came in third place. I take defense real seriously. I mean, not too. I don't fucking go crazy about it. So, see, this is you spend $33 because I had 66 lucky entries. Lucky 6-6. And won a bunch of other contests on top of that. So, what we're going to look at today is the position optimizer. Let's see the top quarterbacks that you're going to have to talk about and worry about. Kyler Murray had a little problem with his shoulder, so he's 8,200, so I'll probably just be staying away from that game altogether and just focusing on other games. I'll play Murray in lineups, though. I'll play him. I will, but most of the likely, I would probably love to play Mahomes way over anybody because that's my favorite player. Number 15, they're going against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has a pretty nice D, but they get scored on all day long. And Mahomes can throw laser beam touchdowns to people like Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. And so out of all these guys here, unless you're playing a showdown, you're only going to target Hill and Kelsey. You'll probably fade the rest out. Whoop! And they're playing this team, the GOAT, Tom Brady, who has a very massive scale core team. Every guy on this team is good. I mean, all the way down to suck up and come. Fournette, amazing running back. He's taking over the number 1 role in the running game, so I would definitely fade Jones out. I'd be definitely be off of him, and I'd be on him for this 49K, definitely, as opposed to Jones. But I could be wrong, and it could be a week where Jones runs in all these touchdowns, and everybody's confused, and Fournette doesn't have as big as a role because they switched it up on you. Bruce Arians couldn't do something like that, and then you would just want to stick with Evans, maybe throw a hair or two of him in there, you would definitely then load up with him. If you want to ignore that, and you would fade Fournette, and Gronk has not been too great. Goodwin had a touchdown. Evans had a touchdown. The only one that didn't have a touchdown was Brown. So, let me just look at some lineups for a minute. Just take an eye on them. Sorry about that. The Pineapple Express edition of the Soul Fantasy Show coming in third place. But I'm not bragging about it. I mean, I came in third place. You can easily do it. You out there in this audience can do it. You go here. I'm doing it here. Check these out. Down here. I'm attacking this. I am attacking this game right here. But this is my initial look. First look. Don't even know. So, Foles is out. We know Trubisky's in. Trubisky's been sitting down for weeks and weeks. Don't expect him to be fast. He's been getting reps with the first team all week. Nobody's sick. We covered on this team, all right? So this is a great game to attack. We got Montgomery back. All his favorites are back in as good targets because now we have Foles out. I wouldn't be surprised to see this guy have a monster game. I would not be surprised. Am I gonna put him in the captain spot here? Nah. I'm gonna definitely I think I can jump down to him. But I don't know. Or I could go here. And go like straight up. Who's gonna get the most touchdowns? Who's gonna get 2, 3 touchdowns? Which guy's gonna get 2 or 3 touchdowns? Hopefully this piece of crap is out. Good. He was held out of practice. Hopefully he's out. You can play Lazard, not in a captain spot. Lazard is an option. So let's go to just type in Green Bay depth chart. That's all you have to do yourself. It's easy. You can go to the main Packers website. You'll see the real depth chart. So we got Adams. Everybody's and their mother's going to play him. So he's going to have to be used like a piece of diamond. So you're probably going to put him in there every lineup. If you can, and you're going to put Jones in a lot of lineups. So when we go to other running backs, I don't trust Jamal Williams, but he could get that. He gets a touchdown once in a while. Once in a while, he'll still get a touchdown. But when he doesn't, he will screw you. He only has 1 touchdown. He will get a touchdown, though, I'm telling you. He only has 1. But that 1 week he gets that 1 touchdown, that's the only week he's valuable. So if you're playing the 66 lineups, like I did to get third place, you're going to put him in some lineups. You're even going to put Valdez. Allen Lazard is first now. So that means since Lazard's in, he's been out. Valdez Scantling is definitely lower on the pecking order. He's not good of a play. Too great of a play. He still is good to put in a lineup or 2. St. Brown is a definite fade, but you got to play them. You still have to play him. Jack Sternberger, Mercedes Lewis. I'd rather just fade Sternberger and just go with Mercedes Lewis or Tunyon. But you would definitely play a lot more Tunyon than Lewis. You're not going to play too much Lewis. Maybe 1, 2 lineups with this guy. but he's the first TE. They have 2 starting tight ends. All right, that's how their team's set up. You got Rodgers, obviously, he's a great play. And, that's it. That's it. So this team's not too complicated. So let's just then go to the Bears. Now let's explore this team. This is what you should be doing. I don't want, I'm not going to hide any secrets from people that watch the show. This is what you can do. Watch my show. I'm going to start going over the depth charts so we can tackle showdown showcases, because there's only so many lineups that are plausible in winning a showdown game. There's a lot more possible combinations in a classic slate where every single team's in. This is one damn team. So that means you break it down. Sometimes they have $1 million prizes. So build up to the million. Play this MME. Beat me in it. See my name in front of you in third place where you're sitting down there at 850. And then be like, okay, I'll take Soul DFS's advice. I'll come on the show. I'll watch the show through. He's gonna break down a slate better than anybody else can, because he has a whole grasp of how slate and game script runs. So in this Bears situation, look at our quarterback, Nick Foles, and we got Mitch, number 2. They haven't even updated that yet. This is the Bears joint. So we see this flaw. So let's go to this. ESPN is now updated better. So, the Bears were a little back. The Packers weren't. They were cool. Bears were fine. Bears were. So we go to ESPN. Nick Foles disabled. So, they still have Mitch at the second. So, that's pretty much, let's go back then. So, it's the same thing, but this looks better. All right, so we got Miller, Mooney. They're ones, but they're really hard to play. They'd never get touchdowns. Miller has 2 touchdowns, and Mooney has 2. So it's been a long season. We're damn near week 12, and these motherfuckers only have 2 touchdowns each, as opposed to somebody like this gentleman right here. He only has 1. Really, wow. Okay, who's getting all the touchdowns? I don't know. Allen Robinson, maybe. Let's see where the heavy TD possibility. There we go. You have a good. He has 3 touchdowns. Oh man, that's not a lot compared. So this, might be a fade out. Bears fade. You might want to fade a lot of Bears compared to the Packers. The Packers. Because when I'm looking at the Packers, I'm looking at somebody like this and seeing how many touchdowns this gentleman has, and that's 10. There's 10. So let's go right back to the MME contest we're in. Patreon.com/Soul1. You win when I win. All right. So Adams has 10 touchdowns. None of the Bears are anywhere near that. And look at the price of these Bears. Look at Robinson, 10. There we go. I'm putting them in there. I'm hoping he gets one of those touchdowns. Now, let's look. Adams. Okay, we were just saying Adams. Jones, I meant. Sorry, now we're looking at Jones, all right? Get his picture up. That's his beautiful face up there. 6 touchdowns. That's nice. All right. Is he going to get the most touchdowns this game? I want to put a quarterback in there, and I'm going to put Rodgers, because we don't even need to look at the quarterbacks. We know what we got. And if I put Jones in there, now I got to find these cheap values somewhere, because I'm pretty so now you have Tanyan and Lazard. So you're probably going to look now. Lazard is 6,800. Tanyan's 5,800. See, there's that Mooney. He might get a sneaky touchdown. But, all right. Wow, Williams is only 3,400. He only had one touchdown this season. But for 3,400, I'll take his, 8 fantasy points. And even if, those weeks where he was he's a good price. All right, so you still have a lot of value to go for. Packers to be 4,200. You could do that. All right, you can look. So let's look at our depth chart in the Packers secondary. So St. Brown. No, we don't want to play St. Brown. So we'll go to WR. We'll go Lazard, Scanling, and Shepard. So let's just try Darius Shepard. So bam, you save money, but it's a horrible move. It was horrible. It is horrible play. So now, it's pretty bad. It's all Packers. So you got to do something here. So the only logical thing to do is to get rid of these two guys here, three guys here. So now you're starting off better than you were before. So we don't have much in the secondary at all to look at from the Packers. So that's not where we're looking for secondary most likely. Here's the secondary rankings. Where's the Bears? Oh, come on. The Bears must suck. So this is what we're working with. I mean, these are the best slates because you have to dig deep. Here's the Packers. All right. Okay. Top corner, J.R.R. Alexander. Okay. All right. So they're number 12. They're number 11. And the Bears. See the Bears. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, man. I'm not looking through that. You get the point. So let's go down deep with the Bears. It's either Mooney or Miller. I mean, there's this guy who has reverted back to the practice squad, so he's not somebody you're going to play. St. Brown, questionable. This gentleman isn't not going to get much targets.
You're not mad at me, are you?
He's not going to get a lot of targets. This is all I can think of. So then you can go here, slam him home here, and go with your top captain. Anybody you want, but it has to be somebody who's going to have the best game that's not here. So I can just go like this. I really think he's going to have the best game. So now I can just jump and just go. Hope Robinson gets one of those rare touchdowns. So you can either keep this like this or jump up in your lineup and just jump back out to Lazard. This isn't too swell, so you're probably just going to want to go here because we all know who Graham is. So you got Graham and Robinson in there. Say they have okay games. I mean, you're spending up on Adams. But, I mean, that's just one lineup. We're spending up on Adams. Who cares? Here's another lineup. I mean, we don't have to spend up on Adams. You just go down to Jones. Jones, Robinson, Mitch. We'll go down to this gentleman. Santos and Rogers. Yes. There's nobody down here at all. What do we have in value? Yeah, we have Lewis Nell. All right, that sucks. We have St. Brown. The only guy I see are Miller and Steinerberg. So you have to put both of them in lineups. You got to fade him out. Right, just easily done. Easily done. So there you go. Easily done. Easily done. You can go here. You might have to do this. You might have to start off strong. Like this. In this game. Because it's a showdown. And breaking down showdowns are better. You come to this show, you'll see showdowns getting broke down. I've never seen any other broadcasters break down showdowns. I like the showdowns, and I beat the fucking shit out of them. Because, I really don't like bears here. So, this is going to be tough. You need to put a really cheap bear in. The cheapest bear is Miller. Now, it's very difficult to do this right here. This is very difficult. Because I don't want to put Graham in there, Mooney. Fuck. Mooney is tough to put in the captain spot. Because if he gets 2 fantasy points, your whole captain spot is fucking busted up. And I'm not wasting a lineup like that. So, I can just get him out of there as usual. And just go here. Do you have a chance? Bang. That's just all.